Welcome back. Today we are going to talk about virtual environments in Python, and what purpose today is I'm going to teach you why we are using virtual environment, and I'll show you the set steps that needs to follow to create a virtual environment in Ubuntu operating system. First question that should be answered in this case is what's a Python virtual environment and what purpose does it serve? So imagine you need to achieve something. Okay, you need some specific requirement. For normally, when you install a Python library, you install its newer version, right? And in certain instance, you need Python libraries, older version Python library, because some applications do not support newer version. So in this case, in situation like this, we use Python virtual environment. For example, you love older features and you're familiar with older features, so you can use virtual environment. So you create a package of different versions of library that you require, and that single package is used for your purpose. So similarly, you can create multiple packages like this for different purpose. For example, you can have a package that wants Python library 2 and some packages that runs Python library 3 and newer versions. So you can set up multiple packages, and these packages in this situation can be considered virtual environment. Note, and each package can also have multiple libraries for specific purpose. For example, one package can have NumPy 2.0 and another package can have a newer version of Python. So for different purposes, you can create a virtual environment. Similarly, when it comes to machine learning, you need specific library. It's like you get a flexible handle over the library. So you can avoid library which you can have and keep libraries that you want and separately control the libraries. For example, when it comes to machine learning, you can have a library that specifically for machine learning. So it will contain NumPys and TensorFlows and PyTorch libraries. And you can also set up a library that can specifically work for web development, like Django libraries and fast API libraries that you require. So you can categorize these into packages for your projects and you can easily access them. That's one benefit. Another benefit is you do not need to create frequently import and install NumPy, frequently install and import different libraries when you are running a project, because you can have your own custom environment that you frequently use and set up it as a package, and that package is an environment. You know what I'm trying to say is that it's a great flexible way of handling the resources that you require for your project. Now let's get back to how to implement this virtual environment. First, open your first and foremost, you need to install this. You need to install VirtualEnv. So on this code, this will automatically install this Python library in your default Python installation folder directory, and using this we can now create our own virtual environment. Now we'll open our VS Code and let's say we'll handle in the desktop. I think I have a folder ready for this. This one on the locations of type programming in Python. So this is the folder. So you should open the folder or directory that you are going to install the create your new Python environment. So I'll open my new terminal, and currently I'm using the default Python library that was defaultly installed on the root server on the root directory, and this is not an environment, it's just something that's installed on my root directory. So we need to we need to install Python to the system before creating environment. So when I run this, as you can see, it says I don't know, it cannot identify numpy because my Python that is installed in the system cannot identify, because numpy is not installed in my root in the root library of Python. So now I will create my new Python environment. So now as you installed virtual env as previously I said on the, as you already installed this one, you can use this command to create a new virtual environment. So my new virtual environment, in this case I'll consider test one. So I install, as you can see, virtual environment created. See, virtual environment created. Now you need to activate this virtual environment. So basically to activate it, you can select this part and select the new virtual environment you created. So currently this is a new virtual environment we created now. So this is also a virtual environment I created previously. So the new one we created now is test one. So I select test one. So it's selected test one. Now you need to close the terminal. Close this current terminal. Okay. And open the terminal again, a new terminal. Yes, as you can see, it has activated automatically. Now there's another way you can activate this virtual environment. It is by in Linux based system like Ubuntu. You have to write, so you are source slash directory test one slash bin slash activate. This will probably activate your, this is another way to probably activate your virtual environment other than the previous I explained before, by opening a new terminal and selecting through here. And now as I have already, I don't need to activate it, so I erase this. So again, to say it simply, what I'm doing here is source test activate is this. So in test one, I'm selecting test because currently I'm in the Python env directory, and I choose test one. That's what test one is here. Then go to bin, and this bin, and run the activate file. This is the activate file I ran now. So that's another way. So I'll close this. And now as you are in your, as your test one environment activate, you want a numpy library installed in your environment. So what you do is you just need to click install. So this will literally install your numpy Python library in this test one package. So the new when doesn't have that package, the numpy package. So when you, only the test one has, because I installed that numpy pack, because I'm now installing the numpy package in the test one. So I uniquely selected this package, that this environment that's I created to install numpy. So let's wait for a second until numpy installs. So probably numpy will install, and you will see it now in a few seconds. It takes time to check for the libraries and requirements. And again, to make it simple, there's an error. Could not find a version that satisfies the requirement numpy. Oh, that is because the spelling mistakes. I spelled it wrong. Let me spell it right. Now it will work. So basically this is a separate environment that contains your unique or specific library that you require to run this code, this program. So libraries you insert in this environment cannot be found in this unless you specifically say these libraries, specifically say the libraries in this to be in this also. Okay, you have to specifically say. So this is some separate environment with its own Python libraries. So let's wait for a few seconds until it shows the result. Yeah, as you can see, it's installed in the NumPy package. It's 19. It's successfully installed NumPy. Now this environment has NumPy. Now this environment has its NumPy library installed. As you can see, when you go to library, there the NumPy got installed. Previously, these were not here. So as it is installed, now you can import NumPy as NP, and as it has selected the environment, it will use this specific environment, test1 environment, to run this code. Let's see. Yes, as you can see, NumPy worked and printed random number, printing random. This is what it got executed. So another thing I would love to say is that you can also wait a minute. Did I process? Oh, another thing I want to say is, if you want to, normally this option is not available. If you want to use your old environment, your default environment, you can just, or if you want to change the environment, you want to execute this code, on, you just need to select this path, test bin python. This is the default path. As you can see, this is the path, the Python library that it's using. So click this and you can select which environment you want. So currently the global environment that is installed in your root directory, and this is also another environment. Actually, that is this environment. Okay, you can select this environment if you need. And I will also show you by installing another library in the test one. Oh, no need. I think you understood what I said. I'm just will wasting my time repeating what I said before. So that's all, guys. I hope you guys understood. And I would love if you could subscribe and like this content. Thanks. Bye.